Cool. So now for you guys, for those of you with existing businesses, why did you decide to start a business? One of the best business books that I've read is The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. And in there he has a scenario, and it seems pretty common, of somebody who they have a passion or they're good at it, and people just tell them to go into business. In his scenario, it's someone who is really good at making pies. And she loved to bake pies. And so everyone kept saying, oh, you should start your own bakery. They would love to buy pies from you. And that's where, basically in this case study, he comes in and she loves to make pies, but now she has to do the bookkeeping and pay the rent and manage employees and have all of this framework that's so much more than just baking a nice or fantastic pie. So what is the bottom line? Why did you decide to get into business? Was it because you are looking at business as making you money and, it just that happened to be a chosen business where you thought you could make money? Or was it, whereas mine, I got into it saying, oh my gosh, I get to literally have every single pet in the world, and I love animals. This is awesome. I love hanging out with kids. What a great combination. So is your business, mine was a passion, became a business. Other people, hey, I could make money here, and maybe they're not truly passionate about it, which is okay. It's just either way, looking at, even if it's your passion, is it taking so much of your time that you're not passionate about it anymore? For me, I love going in and educating kids and animals, but doing what I was doing, which was, 3 to 4 birthday parties back to back on a Saturday plus Sunday, and then working full time in the business during the week, that wasn't fun. I was burned out. By the second party of the day, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to go home. And I love it, and I would put it in when I was there, but it's just trading your time for dollars. So think about it. Are you getting the results you want from your business? For me and for all of us on this webinar, we want financial freedom. Is that what you're currently getting from your business? Or do you need to figure out what you need to learn to take your business to that level? And that's where Gil comes in.
All the talk about the pies, I'm telling you, is getting me hungry.
Yeah, me too. Oh my gosh, that'd be great.
All right, but go ahead, take it away.
Cool. Yeah, so pretty much what I realized and was 120% upset with myself to realize in last September that I was not a business owner. I was business owned. I owned my job. The hardest thing for me to realize is just because my name was on the business license under owner for Reptacular Animals did not mean that I have a business. It tricks you, and it really did. And I was so horrified, I literally just wanted to crawl under a rock and was like, I read all of this. I knew all of this in high school. How did I just become self-employed but tricked myself into thinking I was a business owner? So that's where I've been. I kicked myself for a while, and then I got up and said, okay, now I'm going to learn how to make the changes. So pretty much think about it. If you have a business, whatever it might be, do you own your job? Yes, when you start a business, and Gil's going to mention a lot of opportunities. If you don't have a business yet, there's great opportunities to get into business for yourself. Yeah, at the beginning, it's going to be you. It's a one-man show to get a business up and running. Or if you're lucky like myself, I had a business partner, but still, both of us then were working 24/7. So yeah, you're going to have to start there, but it's to keep the bigger vision and not end there. Because if you get into business and it's all about you and you don't keep expanding your knowledge, you don't stay with the trends, you don't continue that education, and you don't have that end goal in sight that you're creating an asset, you're just going to create a job for yourself. And that's not my goal. At least the people in this webinar, that's not our goal. So if that's all you want, maybe pick a different webinar. But we all want financial freedom to be able to have our time back. So yeah, other thoughts, can your business run the day-to-day without you? I've transitioned my business to that degree. Unfortunately, in order to run the day-to-day, I had to hire replacements to cover that. Oh, well, there went my salary. Fun, fun. So pretty much think about that and getting it. You know, you want people in place to grow your business for you so you can go on vacation for a month like Gil and come back and your business is, oh, wow, it's here and it's grown. That's a business owner, not a self-employed person. And then Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant. This is what made me want to hide under a rock, is realizing all of this I knew about, but it was on the back burner while I was in running my business for 24/7. I forgot about the fundamentals and the bigger picture. The cash flow quadrant is brilliant. It's how are you getting your money? The employee, that's pretty self-explanatory. That's what we're taught in schools. The majority of us, that's what our parents have taught us, and there's no flaw in the system or a blame game. It's just people know what they know, and they don't know what they don't know, and you don't know that it's hurting you yet. So for employees, you have a boss, you have a job. Great. Self-employed, you just own your job, and that's where I went wrong. I thought because my name was on a business, it meant I was over in the B quadrant. Nope, I just owned my job. So it can be not just a business owner, but this is your professionals, the people that don't have a direct boss. You might be a real estate agent. Yeah, you manage your own time, but at the end of the day, if you don't go out and meet with the clients, you're not going to get a commission for your sale. You are self-employed. A business owner, and over here on the right side of the quadrant, these are the wealth builders. You can be rich as an employee. You can be rich self-employed. That just means you have a lot of money coming in. If you manage your money well, awesome. You can definitely, set yourself up for a different life. But it's still, you have to trade your time for dollars. You have to work really hard. You have to make sure, in this case, the E and S, that's vital for traditional education. If you are a doctor, you need to keep up to date on all of that stuff to get the pay that you want to feed your expenses. Over here on the business owner and investor side, completely different ballpark. They are wealthy because they don't have to trade their time for dollars. They don't have a glass ceiling on how much they can work equals how much fits in their pocket. Business owners, you own a system and the people work for you. That is my passion. I'm in the hard transition of going from an S and transitioning to a B. It's not easy, but it's everything that I want in life. I'm going to find on this other side of the quadrant. And then over here with investors, that's when you have your money work for you. So you don't even have to own a system and manage it like a business owner. This might be for more of you guys that are like, hey, I don't know about the business, but you're going to be getting, private money lending if you're in real estate or, that kind of aspect. Hey, guess what? Your money's working for you. You're the investor that's helping business owners or other parts of that. Gil, anything to add over to the cash flow quadrant?
I think you did a great job of explaining it. We encourage people to take a look at that quadrant again and, find out where you currently stand. And it may not be, the most ideal scenarios. It might not be the best of starts, but that's the most important thing to keep in mind is that's not where you're going to finish or where you will end up. That's what I love about exiting the rat race and the journey to success. You can start slow, finish strong, regardless of where you're at. You're going to come across entrepreneurs that are just getting started as a part of this group. We're going to have people that are doing killer monthly revenue goals, very successful, some of the best and biggest names in the industry in terms of marketing, entrepreneurship, and lead generation. So where do you lie in that quadrant? But most importantly, where do you want to be, right?
Yes.
At the end of this web series or 90 days from now. Keep that in mind, and that's all I have to add with that one.
Very cool. And then just with that, Gil and I actually met Gil through playing the game Cash Flow, which is Robert Kiyosaki's thing. That game, if you haven't played it, you must, as a part of this webinar, I'm just going to say a must. because that's kind of when we talk about rat race and, you know, the having to trade your time for dollars and then what you have to do to get out of it and create that passive income. Those are key components of what we're going to talk about. So if you're local, you know, you can go on Meetup. That's how I found Gil, to connect with cash flow clubs playing this game that Robert Kiyosaki came up with, and it teaches you. If you don't have a local Meetup group, guess what? You can go play the online game and get connected with that. It's just, those are such key fundamentals to where we're trying to transition. You just need to have this foundation, and that's the point of this first day webinar, is to give you the foundation so you understand what we're talking about, so then that way you have the launching pad to continue the concepts that we're going to be building on. Cool. Okay, and pretty much just to summarize this, the goal of this webinar series is to teach you how to build a business that works for you, and that part is awesome. And then the biggest part is while branding yourself and or the business as the expert or authority in your niche. This part, the branding yourself, is where the internet marketing comes in, at least from, you know, as the business owner standpoint. It's what's going to set you apart from your competition. You know, if I'm looking at building up a real estate investing thing, so how will I get people to choose me and build rapport with me over all the other tons of people in Los Angeles that are real estate investors? So this is where all of the techniques that we're going to be showing you, especially like social media, how to rank on Google, all of these things tie into the branding side of things, positioning yourself as the expert or authority, and, you know, learning all of those strategies to set yourself apart. And then keeping in mind, once you're getting that branding, that's going to lead to the monetary part coming in that's going to go back. But money is great. However, if you're not thinking the end result and building a business, you're just going to go spend the money and continue to work a job. So our thing is, hey, the stuff I'm learning from Gil is awesome. It's going to put money in my pocket in every avenue that I decide to implement. However, if I don't have the foundation to know what I want to do with the money, then I'm not going to be building a business. I'm just going to be having a job.